Those are our thoughts on the U.S. Championship match. We'll move along here to the SmackDown Tag Team title match. Inside Hell in a Cell, the first ever tag title match to take place inside Satan's structure. It's the New Day versus the Usos, the feud that has never really seemed to end, but I say that in a good way, just because all these matches have been really, really good. From Money in the Bank, Battleground, SummerSlam, SmackDown, every pay-per-view they fought out, it's always been a great match. And it's really cool to see the cell used for that purpose. I mean, it's very rare that the cell is like the be-all, end-all of feuds anymore. Last year, it was essentially a placeholder for feuds like Owens and Rollins and Charlotte and Sasha and all these other feuds. In this case, it really, truly is the blow-off for these two teams. And I'm sure they could steal the show if they're given enough time and whatnot. So it should be a great match. This is another match that could very well go either way because they've traded the championship back at least a few times over the summer. So I really don't have a definitive winner. I'm just going to say the New Day because it feels like the Usos, they've already beaten Breezango. I mean, I guess they could feud with Gable and Benjamin, but it might be too soon for that. I'm feeling an Authors of Pain call-up pretty soon, so an Authors of Pain New Day feud would be pretty cool. I don't know what their status is in NXT. They haven't been seen since TakeOver in Brooklyn 3 a few months ago, so I'm going to say New Day, but what have been your thoughts, Spencer, on the string of matches these two teams have had, and where does the division go beyond Hell in a Cell?
You know, I actually love this feud a lot. You know, most of the time when we talk about WWE dragging out a feud, most of the time it's overstated, it's welcome. And it doesn't feel that way with this feud at all. I think the New Day and the Usos just put on amazing match after amazing match, and I really expect that to continue here at Hell in a Cell. I love the idea of Satan's structure being used to end feuds. You know, one of my favorite matches of all time is Triple H, Shawn Michaels inside the cell from Bad Blood, 12, 13 years ago. And the reason that match worked so well is because those two guys just hated each other. And after match after match, after moment in that rivalry, it needed a definitive end. And that's what is happening here with the SmackDown Tag Team titles. I think just putting the tag team titles in the cell at all does huge things for the belt itself. But I expect another almost classic from these two teams. They work really well together. I think the New Day will win. I think you're right with that. I think it gives the belt more of a future than the Usos taking it back over. But I'm really excited about this. And, there's been word about the Usos going to Raw at some point. I don't think that's necessary right now. I think the tag team division in general in the WWE is better than it has been in a long time. So I think it makes sense to keep the teams where they are. But I like the idea of an Authors of Pain call-up to face the New Day. I love that idea a lot. But expect them to get the time that they need, 15, 20 minutes, and expect a really, really solid match of the year contender from these two teams Sunday.
Absolutely. I mean, they've killed it, like I said, in every other match they've had on pay-per-view so far, and I don't think Sunday's going to be any exception from these guys. So it should be a great match. I think they should position it as one of the, and I mean, it has been positioned as one of the main events on the show. It won't be the main event, but I think it is the, I would even argue it's more important than the WWE title match, which I can't say I'm excited for.
I will not disagree. I will not disagree with you.
So I look forward to this match. If Shane and Kevin Owens wasn't happening, I would say to close off the show with this match, but it's hard to top that just because it's been the focal point on SmackDown for a while now. But I do look forward to it. I think an Authors of Pain call-up would be cool. If you had New Day win and then they come out Kane style, like from, a la 20 years ago, where they break into the cage and just beat the shit out of the guys, that'd be pretty cool and a hell of a way to make an impact.
No kidding. That would be a cool way to do it, I think.
And like you said, too, I mean, tag team wrestling right now in WWE has not been better in a long-ass time, so it's great to see, both on Raw and SmackDown, so it's great to see tag team wrestling get the love it deserves from New Day, Usos, Rollins and Ambrose, The Bar, the Hardys, all these other tag teams. Just like I said, the only real question is where do they go from here? Can they top themselves after this feud is over? And I think they can if they bring up Authors of Pain. They could have a pretty good series of matches, and they've got Gable and Benjamin waiting in the wings. They still have Breezango. So they got the makings of a real solid division there beyond these two teams. So here's hoping they can continue on to the momentum beyond Hell in the Cell.